Very good morning. Voice is clear.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning. Voice is clear.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
which topic we learned in the previous class? Can anyone quickly revise? Come on.
Types of pedagogy.
Okay. Before that,
Meaning of pedagogy.
very nice, Rote. In previous class, just a minute. Hello. Hello. लेक्चर झालं की सरांचं चालेल ना बरं is visible to everyone? Yes. Yes, my dear students, screen is visible.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Please check. I have shared the screen.
Not visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Not visible? Okay. In previous class, we are focused on the meaning of pedagogy and the different types of the pedagogy. Can you quickly tell me meaning of pedagogy? It moves around particular three things. Can anyone? Yes. There was a simple definition of pedagogy. Pedagogy, that is nothing but it is art and science of a teaching. And now advanced pedagogy added one more thing that is nothing but the craft. Right? So these three things it moves around the term that is pedagogy in the modern era. Right? We have also studied different kinds of pedagogy, or we can say the types of pedagogy. Can quickly anyone tell me the main four types of pedagogy? Yes, come on. Yes, student, please.
Ma'am, it's a traditional one. The first one, traditional one. Then constructivist pedagogy. Then social and critical pedagogy.
Very nice, Rajesh. So there is one more name for the traditional pedagogy. What do we call that? Four types were there. Traditional was there. Yes.
Behavioral pedagogy.
Very good. Yes, behavioristic pedagogy. That is also the other name that is traditional, and the second one that is behavioristic pedagogy. Yes. So traditional or behavioristic pedagogy, social pedagogy, constructivist pedagogy, and yes, the fourth one was
Critical.
what was the fourth one? Yes,
Critical.
critical pedagogy. Very good. Now we are moving ahead. This next topic, the need for diverse approaches. You know, as a teacher, we have to go with different approaches whenever we are delivering any content, whenever we are giving any experiences to the student. Okay, my simple question to you all is, why a single pedagogical method fails in the modern classroom? Come on, tell me about this. As a teacher, can you go with the single pedagogical method? Yes, or any teaching method in the classroom? Yes or no?
Ma'am, because it makes the class monotonous. I mean, the teaching method becomes monotonous and it's get boring.
Very good answer. See, it can be any method. For example, someone has decided that they are going to deliver the content by using the lecture method. Someone they are decided that they are going to take the technique-based lesson. Someone has decided that they are going with the constructivist approach. Yes, but always as a teacher, we have to remember is that we can't do with the single method, right? Because many more things are given in the NAB 2020. Okay, so let's see about the need for the diverse approaches. So first is the cognitive variance. Students process information differently based on their cognitive profiles and executive functioning capacities. What does it mean? Cognitive variance is what? There is a simple word for the cognitive. Can you tell me? Yes, the simple word for cognitive.
Critical
Come on.
thinking, ma'am. Critical thinking.
Acquired,
Yes.
acquired something sort.
Intellectual.
Okay. See, very
Ma'am,
good.
mental process.
Intellectual. See, intellectual.
Intellectual.
Okay. So basic thing is that there is an intellectual variance. Okay, you know that whenever you are going to write the objective specification under Bloom taxonomy, the cognitive domain, affective domain, right? So basically, it tells us about the mental processing, about the intellectual level, right? So in short, we can say that there is a variation of the student intellectually. What does it mean? Yes. Can you say that some are the gifted ones, some are the average, some are the low level? That is also one thing. But here, different aspects are given. What does it mean? Yes. I have one
Ma'am,
more slide for you.
understanding process.
Yes. Could you please
Understanding process.
repeat? Okay, good. Good. Yeah. Yes. So here we are going
Ma'am,
to focus on the cognitive profiles. See, cognitive profiles is what you can see here. I have given one example over here. Right. Suppose two students are there in a classroom. For you better understanding what is the exact meaning of the cognitive profile. So student A is having strong visual spatial reasoning, right? Student B is having strong verbal comprehension, right? So what comes under the executive functioning? High working memory and strong task initiation or planning skill. See, you know that maybe you might have studied that there are different types of intelligence. Some people they are having the verbal intelligence, some are having the visual spatial intelligence, right? So these are the particular cognitive profile the particular person is having, right? Where particular task is given to the student, right? We read on this slide, reads the multi-step chemical processes and immediately visualizes the cycle. They easily hold the inputs and outputs in their mind simultaneously. Why? Because this particular student is having strong visual spatial reasoning and high processing field. So when you're going to consider the student B, that shouldn't feel overwhelmed when presented with the entire chemical equation at once. See, I'm just going to focus that entire chemical equation at once. The cognitive load is too high to process the whole cycle in one go. Because see that kind of profile is having, this student is having verbal comprehension profile. Or you can say the verbal comprehension kind of intelligence that particular student is having, right? So here again, it affects on the task execution. So student A definitely independently breaks the model building project into mental steps, gathers material, design the layout, and begins working without the prompting. But what will happen with the B student? Freezes when given the open-ended instructions, cannot figure out where to start because he is having poor task initiation skill or how to organize the step. Like it's all about the sequencing, right? So when this is the situation, see the cognitive profile, you can see the cognitive variance, it is there, right? So it is there in the modern pedagogy that accordingly we have to adapt the method of the teaching. Okay, so here that particular student is having lack of the planning skill, right? So here, because of these differences, student B doesn't lack the, it doesn't even, does it mean that B student is not having intelligence? ऐसे बोल सकते हैं कि उसके पास इंटेलिजेंट नहीं है, उसको प्रोसेसिंग नहीं आ रहा है, he is not able to organize the information. Can you say like this? Yes?
No, ma'am. No, no.
Of course not. Right. So here, what we can say that student it doesn't lack the intelligence to understand the photosynthesis. The executive functioning simply hits the bottom line. To help student B succeed, a teacher would provide a graphic organizer to offload the burden. See, because cognitive load that student is having. So for that, some graphical information should be presented, so automatically we realize that which steps in which sequence he is going to follow. So definitely he'll work on that particular project. Right? So this is the basic difference between the cognitive variants. Okay. The next is sensory strength. Yes. Just imagine sensory strength is what? When we deliver the information, okay, so even from micro teaching also, it was compulsory for you guys that you're supposed to go with the teaching aids. You have to use at least single teaching aid in your lesson. It can be micro teaching, it can be integration, it can be classroom teaching, whatever it is, right? But if you're just going to compare, right, what usually teachers do, they deliver the content, and the delivery of the content, so most of the time they are giving focus on the verbal communication, right? So here, a classroom relying purely on auditory heavy lecturing severely alienates kinesthetic and visual learner. यहाँ पे what is the meaning of alienate? जिसको हम बोलते हैं अलिप्त रखा जाता है, ठीक है? So here, those who are the visual learners, those who are the kinesthetic learners, so here we are basically we not consider those kinds of learners. So in diverse approaches, we have to consider those learners as well. Are you getting my point? Yes, even just some we have done your practice teaching. So whatever teaching methodologies you have used, so mostly you have used the what auditory communication. It was auditory communication, right? But along with that, we have to take care different kinds of learners. It can be visual learners, it can be audio visual, it can be kinesthetic learners, right? आपने कुछ ऐसी एक्टिविटी ली थी जिसकी वजह से you can directly involve the student in the activities, right? It can be flashcard, it can be any other more activity. What different kinds of activities are there, right? So this is the meaning of sensory strength. Okay. Then social cultural variations. Social cultural variation. This is the third point. Yes. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by heterogeneous and homogeneous? Come on, tell me. What do you mean by
Ma'am,
heterogeneous?
may I speak? If any group is
Yes,
belonging
please.
from the same community, then it is same features, then it will be homo. If different, then hetero.
Okay. Will you one example? Okay, just tell me that group is heterogeneous or homogeneous. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. For
Students
example,
of
if
yes, please.
girls are gender from uh, same, so just like girls, so these are homogeneous. But if the combination of class, girls and boys both, then heterogeneous.
See, suppose in a particular class, the students they are sitting all are from the grade 6. क्लास 6 के स्टूडेंट एक ही क्लास में बैठे हुए हैं. Okay, so again it matters on what basis you are going to tell that is a homogeneous or heterogeneous. If you are just going to consider the standard, so definitely they are the homogeneous student. But if you are going to consider the other factors like boys and girls, again the heterogeneous. If you are going to consider their cognitive profile, again they are heterogeneous. If you are going to consider the social cultural status of every student, then again you're going to categorize them as a heterogeneous student, right? So, see, whatever culture, whatever social economic level of the strata they are having, so accordingly, you can say that, see, varied levels of foundational literacy and socio-economic support. You know that, na? Again, see, there is a, ऐसे बोला जाता है कि सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कल्चर का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहता है. Okay, because different cultures they are having different kind of mindset, they are having different kinds of ethics, even the morals they are having, right? So again, to select the method of the pedagogy, we have to consider the social cultural variation. We'll give an example. Can you compare the students, those who are from the rural background, yes, those who are from the urban background, Can we consider this also? Can we? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Of
yes, ma'am.
course. Right? If
Yes.
you're going giving any example, for example, you are teaching topic that is the types of motion, right? And you're just going to give example of the wheel, right? So if the student is from the rural area, so definitely the example can be bullock cart. And if the student is from the urban area, definitely the example it can be the wheel of the car or the bus, whatever it is, right? So again, it is expected that we have to consider different socio-economic cultures of the student because accordingly, again, they are having different needs. राइट ऐसे होता है कि जैसे इनपुट जैसे जैसे आता है अकॉर्डिंगली बिकॉज सी it was there in the set induction. We have to always check the previous knowledge of the student and accordingly we have to go with the teaching method. जैसे previous knowledge आप check नहीं करोगे you can't go with the new knowledge, right? So here when we are going with the diverse pedagogy, definitely it provide multiple safe entry points for these varied backgrounds. Yes. Then the next is multi-dimensionality. Different types of knowledge require entirely different delivery systems. Rote memorization cannot teach analytical thinking, and a lecture cannot teach a physical skill. What does it mean? Can anyone try to tell me? Come on. Now it's your turn.
Multi-mode of teaching, it means.
See, different types of knowledge. Different types of knowledge means what? Just you have to just consider different school subject. See,
So,
knowledge,
ma'am,
it is
here,
there.
I mean,
Yes, please.
hello. Sorry, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
please.
I mean, we cannot teach in a same way or in a single method of maths, for example, trigonometry or triangles, shapes and angles, and the one of the science subject. So both the subjects require different knowledge, different way of teaching.
Very good. You can compare the subjects which comes under social science, even the science and mathematics, even the languages, right? So these are the different types of knowledges. So what we need, actually knowledge that is integrated. Already we have learned when we have done the topic that was correlation, right? Knowledge it is integrated, but for our convenience, what we did, we have separated the knowledge in the different branches. It can be the branches of social science, it can be science and maths, it can be languages, right? So just imagine that language teacher is delivering pro in the same way the mathematics teachers have decided to deliver the trigonometry. Is it possible? Yes, because there is a particular dhacha, we can say. The particular, what you can say, the steps are there, the sequence is there, right? So accordingly, so here there are different types of knowledge, and accordingly, we have to go with the proper delivery system. So accordingly, we can select the proper methodology of the teaching, right? And now, who will tell me about this? Rote memorization cannot teach analytical thinking, and lecture cannot teach physical skills. Yes. Do you remember anything which you have studied in the evaluation in the second semester? Yes. Come on. You have learned about the Bloom taxonomy, right? So, see, whenever we are going with the lecture method and the who is the active, of course, the teacher is the active in the total teaching learning process, and students they are passive. Okay, so in that case, students they are giving more focus on the rote memorization, जिसको बोलते हैं रट के सीखना, right? But if we are going with that particular method, does they learn about the analytical thinking? Of course not, right? Can lectures they be able to teach the physical skills? No. So here multi-dimensions means what? You have to think about all the dimensions, right? Again, for that also we have to consider the different subjects. We call them as a different kinds of knowledge, and accordingly we have to go with the different types of teaching methods, right? So please remember the cognitive domain of the Bloom taxonomy. Of course, here we have to consider the revised one. Nowadays also we are going with the, now also you are going with the previous one, right? Like knowledge, right? Knowledge, comprehension. So if you are going with the revised one, you have to even in objective specification also we have to write that remaining understanding, applying, likewise, right? So here we have to think about the multi-dimensionality. Nowadays, even 360 competency based MEP 2020 tells about that, about the 360-degree progress of the child. Right? Means again you have to consider all the dimensions. So if you are considering all the dimensions, so definitely you have to go with the diverse instruction strategy, or you can say the diverse pedagogical approaches. Now this is clear to you? Yes, students?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, please.
Ma'am, please describe the third one, socio-cultural variations once more.
Socio-cultural variations means what? The students, those who are coming in the classroom. Okay. Now they are from the different socio-economic strata. Right? It can be socio-economic. They are from the different cultures. Cultures also. Some are from the Hindu background. You can say the religion, even from Jainism. Some are from the Buddhism. Okay, so they are having impact of that particular culture, right? So whenever they are entering in the sea, it is there, na. That's why you have to go with the multiple approaches, because that can be the safe entry point from the different students, those who are coming from the different socio-cultural backgrounds. You can just compare the students from Maharashtrian student and the student who is coming from the Kerala. Right? Totally they are having, even there is a state-wise difference also. Right? In Maharashtra it is there, even if you're going to consider, because nowadays the central schools are there, right? Or you can say the international boards are there. So if you're going to check those students, you can say the enrollment of the students, they are from the different cultural, socio backgrounds, right? So it is expected that accordingly we have to select the teaching method. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
Because they
ma'am.
are not homogeneous, though they are in the same class, but they are having different needs. See again, somehow here we are talking about the need base. So the proper entry point they will get, मतलब जहाँ से सीखना start करना है वहां से वो सीखना start कर सकते हैं, right? Okay. So let me check your attention. Some questions for you. Let me see who is ready to answer. Okay. The question number one is, this is the small quiz for you guys. What is the primary factor a teacher should consider when selecting a pedagogy for a lesson? What is the primary factor a teacher should consider when selecting a pedagogy for a lesson? A. The time of day the class takes place. B. The cognitive profiles of the students. C. The teacher's personal favorite teaching style. D. The length of the classroom period. Which is the correct one?
B. B.
Second one, ma'am.
B.
B,
The
ma'am.
The
cognitive
cognitive
profiles
profiles
of
of the
the
student.
students.
Ma'am, it's B.
Okay. So here, yes.
It's B, ma'am.
Okay, so you're all are going with the option B. So here I'm going to log the option B, that is the cognitive profiles of the students. Very good. The second is a student with a strong visual spatial profile. Please try to understand. A student with a strong visual spatial profile would likely learn based on which method? A. Listening to an audio only lectures. Second, B. Writing a multi-page essay. D. Analyzing a detailed 3D model or map. D. Participating in a verbal debate.
C. C.
Ma'am,
It's a
ma'am,
C.
option
C.
C.
Ma'am,
Analyzing
C.
the detailed 3D models or
3D
map.
model or map.
Very good. So here we are going to log the option C, that is analyzing, because here that the cognitive profile of the student, that is visual spatial profile. Okay, so here we are going to log the answer, that is analyzing a detailed 3D model or a map. Very good. Clap for yourself. The third one, if a student has a limited working memory, please focus on the question. If a student has a limited working memory, which teaching strategy is most effective? Giving them all the project instructions at once. B. Asking them to memorize a long speech. C. Chunking information into small steps. D. Removing all visual aids from the board.
Option C.
Option C,
Chunking
C.
information into small steps.
Yes, because that person is having problem with the information processing, right? So again,
Yes.
problem is with the working memory. So for that, we have to divide the information, that is chunking information into small steps.
Small
Very good.
steps.
You're so clever. Okay. What is the main purpose of using scaffolding during a difficult science project? A, to permanently lower the academic standards. B, to provide temporary support while the student learn. To complete the difficult parts of the project for the students. To grade the students' initial mistakes more harshly.
Ma'am, option
Yes.
B, to provide temporary support.
Okay. Others do it well.
B, ma'am.
B.
Quite temporary
Can
support
anyone
while
tell
the
me the
student
meaning
learn.
of scaffolding? Can anyone tell me the meaning of scaffolding? Yes.
Ma'am, it's temporary support, na?
Yes, very good. So here the option B is correct. That is to provide temporary support while the student learns. Actually, you all studied the labor, well, what can say, social theory. In that, lab workers key it was there. So you have learn about the ZBD, that is zone of proximal development, right? So the scaffolding is there. Okay, when the temporary support it is given to the learner, so definitely the student can learn or stay out. Right? It is there. Very good. And the last one, how does high anxiety affects the student affective filter? See again, okay, it raises the filter, blocking information from being processed. It lowers the filter, making learning much easier. It completely removes the filter so they learn faster. The last one, that is it has no measurable effect on how they process information. The student is having anxiety. Yes. So how does high anxiety affect a student affectively? Come on.
It lowers the filter, making learning much easier. Option B.
No.
No.
When there is an anxiety,
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
option
option B,
A.
it has no
Ma'am, option
measurable
A. It
Option
effect.
A,
reduces
ma'am.
the
Option
filter,
A.
Option A,
blocking
option A.
information.
Ma'am, it's option A. It
yes,
drives the
Option A.
filter blocking
yes,
information
Option A.
from being processed.
yes, it rises the filter blocking information from being processed, right? Okay, so all answers are correct. So please clap for yourself. Very good. It means that you are really attentive because in this was the indirect questions which was not related to whatever content taught just now. Even you learn this scaffolding one in your second semester, right? When you learn that learning and teaching subject. Okay, very good. Okay, let me again switch on the PPT. Yes. So I think this is clear to you. Come on. The
Yes,
topic
ma'am.
that is the needs for
Yes,
diverse
ma'am.
languages.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Very good. Now, now it's your turn. Tell me. Let me do the slideshow. क्यों नहीं हो रहा है भाई? Yeah. Okay. Selection of pedagogy. Now you know that there is a need that we have to go with the diverse pedagogy, right? Now, as a teacher, when you are going to select the pedagogy, right? So it it is there that we have to always means whatever technique or method we are going to select, it should align. So okay, the deliberate alignment of the learner and the content. So as per the type of the learner, as per the type of the content, we have to select. Now just tell me how you are going to select the particular technique of the pedagogy or the method of the pedagogy. Yes, कैसे select करेंगे आप? Come on.
According to class, learner's
According to
interest.
subject and yes, learner's interest and their intellectual thinking.
Please be louder. As per the learner's interest or as per the age group of the student. Come on, tell me. So see, you have to just think about it. See, two main words are there, that is learner. So as per the type of the learner, we are going to select the pedagogy, right? The method of the pedagogy, and again we have to consider the content,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So what comes there? क्या आएगा वहाँ पे?
Age of the learner,
Okay.
level,
Okay. Then
Psychological level of the learner, understanding level of the learner,
okay. Okay. Tell me some more.
backgrounds of the learner,
Okay. Come on.
Available resources also.
Okay.
ma'am, they are a different
See.
intelligence level.
Okay. Very good. See, one answer I got from your side. Available resources. Always remember, whenever on one side, if you are talking about, we have to fulfill the needs of all kinds of learner, right? So always we have to go with the, see again, resources. We are not going to just select as per the availability. We are going to select as per the appropriability. Okay, so to teach that particular content, that resource, it should be appropriate, right? So please remember this. Okay. So, these are the pedagogical alignment. We have to consider the learner, and the second part, that is the with the content, right? So developmental age, prior knowledge, which is also called as previous knowledge, and socio-economic needs. See, again, somehow we are getting overlapping of the points. It was there in the diverse needs also, right? Socio-economic needs. And what comes under the content? Nature of the subject, then the cognitive depth in bracket, Bloom's, it is written over here. So here we have to cognitive depth. So what can anyone tell me? Yes. Cognitive depth means what? Yeah, cognitive depth.
Ma'am, the deep knowledge of the understanding power of this learner.
See, please focus on the word which is given in the bracket, that is Bloom's. Just try to recall the different levels given by
Ma'am,
the Benjamin Bloom's
understanding,
under the
application of knowledge,
cognitive
reflecting.
domains, right? So you can start with the remembering, understanding, applying likewise. Okay, so
Understanding.
different levels are there,
Analyzing
and we are going
creatively.
from
Yes,
low
ma'am.
to, yes, high,
Right.
right? So here again, you have to consider the cognitive depth, because see, again, as per the level of the student, as per the age group, as per the need, right? Even again, the one word I got from yours, so that is the psychological needs, right? So you might have observed that in the lower grades, means when you are talking about the primary grades, the nature of the content, that is they are going to learn the concrete content, right? But when they are switching on the higher grades like 8, 9, 10, the abstractization, it is there. Okay, so there they are going to learn the abstract content, right? Even the depth, the cognitive depth, that is also different. So again, learner and the content, it should go hand in hand, right? And practical versus theoretical means, come on, practical versus theoretical.
Ma'am,
See,
whatever they learned means, suppose theory. So what they learned only by
hmm.
listening or understanding, but if they are applying in their real life, it is practical.
It is only applicable. It is only applicable to science and math subject. What about other subjects? Other school subjects? Yes. See, even when you're going with the languages, when you're teaching them about the, see, when you're having good language skill, so definitely you're having good communication. You can easily convey your message, right, in proper way to the receiver, right? So theoretical versus practical means what? For example, suppose see, it is not only applicable to the social science and the science, it is also applicable to the languages. So whatever literatures or whatever things they are studying now, they should apply it. It can be related to the moral values. It can be related to, suppose they are learned some phrases. So they should apply how to apply phrases, right? even it can be new words. So it is expected that they should get the practical what can say the practical approach they should get, right? Okay, so let's learn about this in detail. Okay, so alignment according to the learners. So here we have to consider the age and stage. So different see age group it is there. Even the different stages are there, right? Even NAP 2020, it gives different stages. Initially, even the pre-primary section, it was not considered, right? Directly हम first standard से start करते थे first to fifth likewise, but now they are considered. They have started with the nursery. It is there in the NEP 2020, right? So what they are saying that whenever we are going with the pedagogy methods, again we have to consider the different stages or the age of the student, right? It can be pre-primary, primary, secondary, higher secondary. Accordingly, we have to select the methodology. Okay. So for early childhood, we can go with the discovery pedagogy. We can with the play-based methods, right? When we are switching to the higher level, secondary means here we have to consider the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, right? So accordingly, we have to consider because see, even at the higher primary means from 6 to 8 again, we are not giving focus on the abstract things, right? For example, it is given over here. For example, suppose topic it is there in the sixth standard for sixth standard. The topic is genetics and DNA. So in that particular standard, see as per the age group, they are going to learn about how traits passes from parents to offsprings. So it comes under the concrete things, right? But when they are talking about any bioethics of gene editing, right? In bacteria, this CRISPR technology in humans, and it has started from the bacteria, how we can edit the genes in the bacteria. Okay, so that is the abstract thing. So as per the level of the student, as per the particular stage of the education level, the proper again see when content is content, it should be accordingly, right? So accordingly, we are going to select the method. Then needs and readiness means what? Prior knowledge. Again, use scaffold. You're just some minutes before you are told me about the scaffolding. The temporary support should be given to the student, right? Again, we have to go with the different techniques, okay, so that we can check the previous knowledge or the prior knowledge of the student, right? Because after that only we are going to build new knowledge, right? Then social emotional. Nervous students need a safe and predictable classroom routine to help them relax enough to actually learn. Okay, so social economic, you have to think about that. See, it is really now I'm dealing with you guys. We are at the beard level, right? We are the mature enough. So for me, comparatively, means those the teachers that are dealing with the teenage group. This is really easy for me. But if the teacher is because of the hormonal imbalance, right? The mood there is a mood swing, right? So it is really important for the teacher how to tackle with such kind of a students or particular level, right? So here, as per the learner, we have to consider the age, stage, even their prior knowledge. Don't these points only focus on the these, right? Age, stage, that is okay. Even here also you can just separate this. Prior knowledge. The third one is socio-emotional. It means what? If the student is not emotionally stable. Can anyone give me one example? Yes. And see, that's why always whenever अब कभी कोई मूवी देखने क्यों जाते? Tell me. Do you like to watch movies? और कौन सी मूवी देखने को जाते? That is also tell. Come on. Because before that there was a promotion. Whatever promoted particular pictures or the videos are there, that is nothing but the hook of that particular movie, right? So that is, see, so after that only, so it is expected that teachers should introduce the topic in a such a way that the student, they will get attention towards the new learning. Okay, definitely they will enjoy the learning. So that's why whenever you're going with the any new topic, whenever you're starting your class, you should always use the proper set induction technique. Are you getting my point? See, the revision of the previous knowledge or the checking whatever previous knowledge students are having, that is the one part. But the main thing is that to grab the attention of the student towards the new learning, because every after 30 to 35 minutes, they're going to switch on the new subject, right? So please, as a teacher, we have to take care of this. Understood this? Should I move ahead? Yes, students, tell me please. Come on.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, CPA, please describe in one line CPA.
Okay. I really, please see, G, just a minute. Let me switch on that. It is one technique. It is one technique of the gene editing. I didn't remember the full form. Please do Google. Can anyone on my blog, please? Should I go with this? Actually, good question.
Ma'am, which word?
CRI. CRISPR. It is the how to pronounce it? It pronounces as a CRISPR. Yes, come on.
Ma'am, sorry, didn't get the.
See the meaning of this, that is cluster regulatory interspace short palindromic repeats. The full form of CRISPR, that is cluster regulatory interspace short palindromic repeats. This is the full form of this, but we pronounce it as a CRISPR. Yes. So this is one technology which is used. Yes, gene editing technology, right? Actually, it has started from the bacteria. First, the gene editing, it was done in the bacteria and then in the humans. Now got it? I should write the full form. Definitely will edit the slide. Don't worry about it. Okay, so should I move ahead? Come on. Yes, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
alignment, yes, alignment according to the content. So here we have to consider the nature of the subject, and again the second point, that was the cognitive depth. So nature of the subject means what? Experimental sciences are there. Okay, so subjects like science, maths, what we expecting that we have to use the approaches like inquiry-based approach, like discovery approach, right? Again, we have to give emphasis on they should learn on the basis of the empirical observations, right? So we have to understand the nature of the subject. If the subjects are related to the literature and the philosophy, again, you have to go with the reflective pedagogy, right? Even see now also maybe it was there in your practice teaching journal. Initially, the word was introspection. Even for portfolio also, you have to write one-page report, that is your reflection about the particular course, about the particular practical, right? You are going to write reflection. So it is expected that as for the nature of the subject, we should go with the particular teaching method. Right. For example, if you're going with the science, you can go with the even different models of teachings are there. Right. When the projects are there, even some constructivist models are there, like 5E models, 7E models are there. So accordingly, you can go with for this particular subject, right? When it is related to literature and philosophy, again the understanding part it is there, the comprehension part it is there, right? The application of the new things it is there, right? Even the reflection, it's all of the skills like LSRW, right? So accordingly, we have to select the methodology. And again, levels it also matters. कौन से level तक जाना है? Already we have talked on this. That is remembering, understanding, applying, evaluating, creating, whatever it is, right? So accordingly, we have to decide the. See, there is a strong connection. Already in the previous lecture, also I told you when you're going to write the objective specification. So this is the content I'm going to teach today. So these are my the objective specification. Whatever specification you are writing, those specifications are nothing but your learning outcomes. Are you getting my point? And whatever, see, I have decided this objective. These are the objective. I'm going to till application level. Already you have decided, and accordingly, it is expected that you should go with the diverse teaching method. Accordingly, you should give the learning experiences to the students, right? And again, whatever learning outcomes you have written, to check those outcomes, you're going to ask questions at the end of the lesson. It comes under the evaluation and application part. Right? So here you're going to decide that which level you're going to achieve. Okay, nowadays, because of that, even in this particular course, also learning outcomes are there. Whatever specifications you are writing, learning outcome means it should be always in the measurable form. Objectives are not, but outcomes are definitely in measurable form. Okay, so as per the level of the cognitive depth, we should go with the particular teaching methodology or the strategy. Okay, so this is about the pedagogical alignment with the learners and with the content. I hope you understood this. Yes or no, students?
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, the subject is new, but it is interesting. Okay, you are going to, because it is related to whatever actually things you are going to apply in your career as a teacher. Okay, so definitely you're going to learn many more things. So please don't miss the lectures. If you miss the lectures, recorded sessions are available on the MS Team. But for that, you have to log in with the whatever MS Team ID and password it is given to you by using that only. Otherwise, you will not get access of the videos. Yes, whenever I will get time, definitely will upload videos on my YouTube channel. You can watch there also. Yes. Okay, so I think with this, let me take your अलविदा. चलो फिर
Thank you, ma'am.
मिलेंगे अगले लेक्चर में. कल मिलेंगे
Bye,
हम लोग
ma'am.
next
Thank
weekly.
you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
चलो
ma'am.
bye.
Thank
See
you,
you
ma'am.
tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.